You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, and everybody here from Drakewing Gaming, and stuff you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Merrick's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go! This is gonna be a day, huh? Sorry y'all if I'm a little bit out of breath, I just got off the treadmill. True to his word, we finish our route of the floor, which to my surprise takes almost a whole mark, before heading to one of the labs. He hasn't spoken up yet except to inform me that I'm either walking too slow or breathing too loud, both of which seem to upset him. The only reason I can even tell we've finished patrolling is because we passed the same elevator we came down on. Walking towards one of the doors, he knocks before letting himself in. Unsure if I'm welcome or not, I simply wait outside. I hear some murmuring from inside, but I get the feeling that that if I'm needed, he'd let me know. I know this is like Tew's best friend, but man, I really don't know what to do about this guy. Maybe Merrick has some advice, but he's busy today. Shouldn't bother him. The door opens and Nocce walks out with a scientist wearing a green lab coat and a pair of goggles on their head. Goggles, you mean? What the fuck are goggles? So, as I was saying, I think I lost it on one of the labs near... By the filament! What is that thing? I've asked myself that question many times. Didn't you read the memo? Just try to ignore him. Does he always stare like that? Huh. Yeah, he does. I don't stare weird. I just stare normally. Managing to pry my eyes off this new Karain, I slowly follow behind as they go about their business. So, like I was saying, I think I lost it in one of the labs. There have been so many turnovers lately, though. I couldn't tell you which one. Sorry. Happens. What make is it? Keltalk VS5? I see why you want to find it. Yeah, it's a nice model, right? Seen nicer. I'm glad to know that he isn't just abrasive exclusively towards me. Seems even the scientist is a bit thrown off as well, as we walk the labs in silence before arriving at a hallway with a ton of doors. It had to be in one of these, but I'm not sure which. Sorry. Alright, well, can you message it? Anything that maybe help me find it better? Yeah, I'll head back to the office and see if I can't get someone to send me a few. If it's out of power, though, I'm not sure what I can... I'll figure it out. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'll be back in a tick. Almost relieved, he heads off, giving us, but most likely me, one last look before turning the corner and jogging away. Huh. It's always the fucking wiry types, huh? Is he talking to me? Not waiting for a response, he walks into one of the labs, and this time I deem it wise to follow. Without another word, he goes about looking under boxes and behind machinery trying to find the lost monitor. Unsure as to how to help, I pull over a stool and watch him work. He's surprisingly diligent, being sure to place things back where he got them and checking behind places I wouldn't have even thought to have looked. He soon turns to me, and a disappointed snarl cuts its way across his face. Are you even going to try and do your job? Huh? Sighing, he lumbers over, leans against the desk, and gets uncomfortably close to my face. I know you're not really part of the crew, but it'd be great if you could, do anything here. The fuck do you want from me? Just look for the damn monitor. I figure you can do that much, yeah? He backs off and taps his foot as I hop off the stool and look around. You could ask nicely, you know. I say as I head towards one of the corners of the room. I feel like I hear a small growl behind me, but I don't bother checking. It's been almost 4 marks, and Nocce and I have checked 3 of the labs now, but still no monitor. The scientist came back a few times to try and help, but I think he just got in Nocce's way. I'm starting to think this is a fool's errand. I still don't even know what the monitor looks like, and considering how many I've seen, it could be a damn floating orb for all I know. Although, I doubt it's that fancy if Nocce's testimony is anything to go by. Grunting, he takes a seat at the central counter and pulls out his monitor, seemingly taking a break. I watch from the periphery of the room as I cautiously avoid eye contact. Sighing, he puts down his monitor and leans back, covering his face with his paws before letting out a loud groan. Is, that something I should be worried about? Did he get some new orders, or... I could ask? I'm not sure how much I care, but I'd really rather not have him in a worse mood. Ugh, I hate dealing with situations like this. Yeah, so what the fuck was the drone down there in, the loading bay? Dusting himself off, he gets up and heads out of the lab. I slowly follow behind, stopping at the doorframe, but I'm at a bit of a loss when he starts to walk down the hallway, away from the rest of the labs. Unsure of what else to do, I bite the bullet. Is it a break time? Stopping in the middle of the hall, he sighs and pulls out his monitor. He pinches his brow again before responding, not even bothering to turn to me. Yes, I'm taking my fucking lunch break. Feel free to do whatever the fuck you want till I get back. What am I supposed to... Don't care. Is the last thing I hear before he turns the corner and walks away. Well, somehow I didn't see this coming. I'm not really hungry yet, so I guess I could just keep working. Tapping my foot, I pull my monitor back up and shoot out a few messages. Hey, to you, for no particular reason, how long does Nocce usually take for lunch? It takes a moment before she responds. Oh, about half a mark. Why? Did he disappear somewhere? Something like that. Oh, shoot, sorry, Tiny. I'll make sure he brings something back for you and all that. Just stay put. I'm sure you'll be fine. Everything going okay? Not great. Still haven't found the monitor. It's a monitor? Damn, rough thing to lose. What model? Keltalk something? Keltalk? And here I thought we all worked for Sucknose. Ha! Can you help me out here? I don't even know what it looks like. You might be better off asking Merrick. He's more of a monitor guy than I am. Really? Oh, yeah. Ain't you seen his? Cost a fortune. Oh, I can try and message him. Sure, thanks. She doesn't respond for a while, but eventually another message comes through the ASCII art, with the ASCII art of her sticking her tongue out and giving me a thumbs up. Opening up my contact list, I scroll down to where Merrick is and pause, if just for a second. Maybe I should ask how he's doing. I didn't really have time to earlier, but if he knows I'm worried, then he might be worried. I'll just say something casual. Hey, so how much is your monitor worth? Wow, I'm bad at this. Is this relevant to something? Not planning on hawking it, are you? No, I'm trying to help Nocce look for some lost monitor in one of the labs, and Tia said you know a lot about them, so I figured I'd ask. Why is Nocce there? I thought he had office work to get done today. Tia brought him in to help, but he left. Oh, so you're with Tia? No. Kit? Who is with you right now? Kit? No one? Did you really have to type that? Yes. I have some upset messages to send later. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm holed up in one of the labs right now. Nocce's grabbing lunch anyways. Alright, still, you make me worried, Kit. What was it you wanted, anyways? Keltalk monitors. You know anything about them? Oh yeah, sure. Pretty nice. Why? I'm looking for one that a scientist lost, but I don't know what it looks like. Tia said you might know. Do you know the make? DS5? VS5, probably. No DS series model. It's a projection monitor, like mine, but not fitted into a wearable device. Look for a gray slab, kind of like yours, actually. Everything around here looks like a fucking gray slab. Oh, great, thanks. Hey, by the way, what make of a monitor do I have? I think it was a Sucknose proprietary model, which is to say, like, it's not really something you'd find on the market. I'd say the internals are probably like their recent personal models, though. Why? Good. Oh, so something unique? Bet you're jealous, huh? Heh, not the slightest, Kit. I'll get back to work. I'll see you in a few marks, okay? Yeah, see you soon. Feeling a bit flush, I put my monitor away and resumed the hunt. Although, I still don't really know where to look. We only covered half the labs, and for all I know, we could have just missed it. Sighing and pulling out my keycard, I had decided to head into one of the unchecked labs and start snooping. Even though I can't say that I appreciated his presence, this is a lot more daunting without Nocce. These rooms are sprawling and there's so much shit. I could try and look behind some of the machinery, but Void forgive me if I end up getting stuck. Looking under the counters and desks doesn't reveal much, except that maybe janitorial could do another sweep of this place. It's not just laying about any of the counters. If I were that scientist, where would I leave my monitor? Pacing about, I leisurely check under some more of the machines about the room, as well as checking the jackets hanging by the door. Considering that I could be in the wrong room entirely, I'm not sure how hard I should be looking. I mean, we could have missed it for all I know. Maybe I should double back and keep an eye out for Nocce. Although, if I find it before him, I could totally gloat about it. To you, at least. I think if I bragged to Nocce, he'd strangle me. Huh. Alright, well, might as well get to it. Well, I'm at a loss. It's been over a mark and I still haven't found shit. Not to mention that Nocce is still unaccounted for as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we went back to his office and just kept working. Not sure I could really blame him either. Still, at this point I'm determined to find this damn monitor, if just to prove that I can do something around here. I've only got one lab left to check anyway, so I might as well keep at it. Hobbling out of the empty room, I spot Nose talking to that scientist at the end of the hall. I don't approach, as to not scare the poor guy, but I can hear him from here. Yeah, I sent it a few messages, but it might have been on silent, so... It's fine. I'll do my best. But if I can't find it today, you might have to send in a work order another week. Damn, really? Well, alright, thanks. Yeah, sorry. The scientist waves goodbye as Nose straightens up and turns my way, stopping and sighing as he notices me watching. He lumbers over and walks right by me, heading into one of the labs. Well, I guess I'll nab lunch later. Ignoring him for now, I let myself into the final lab and quickly survey the area. It seems like the other one, so I'm not particularly hopeful, but that doesn't mean it's not here. Getting to it, I look under all the desks, I check the coach by the door, I even empty out the trash, and still nothing. I'm starting to think maybe that scientist doesn't even know where he lost it. Taking a seat at one of the desks, I tap on the counter as I look around, thinking of any other place it could be hiding. I feel like I've checked everywhere, and yet... Maybe I should just go reconvene with Nose and... Is that... No. Hold up. Hopping off my stool, I head over to some big clunky machine on one of the counters on the other side of the room. It's supported by a few struts on the bottom, and I can just wedge my hand underneath it. Surely I must have been mistaken, but I could have sworn I saw something under there. Pushing up against the desk, I reach my hand around the side of the machine, feeling under it until... No way. After just barely managing to push the edge out from underneath the machine, I grab onto the corner and pull out a gray slab with a black screen. Huh. He must have accidentally knocked it under there while he was working at his station. Well, mission complete or whatever. I guess I might as well go back to Nose and... Huh. I mean... I know where the scientist is, and I have what I'm like 90% sure is his monitor. I could always just hand it back to him myself. I mean, I wouldn't even have to talk to Nose. Surely he'd appreciate that. Yeah, whatever. Pocketing the monitor, I head out into the halls. There are a few Karain walking about now, but none of them are Nose, so I'm probably in the clear. A few of them murmur as I walk by, but nothing more. Backtracking the path we took earlier, I come to a door which I'm pretty sure is the one we used earlier. I'm tempted to just let myself in, but I doubt that'd be a good idea. Instead, I do my best to knock and hope someone hears me. It takes a few seconds, but eventually someone comes to the door and... By the void! Hi. Well, at least it's the right Karain. There's a bewildered expression plastered on his muzzle as he tries to look past me for some kind of answer. Are you looking for your big friend? I think he's still in the labs. No, I got this for you. Pulling out his monitor, I hold it up for him, and his expression immediately shifts. You found it? Oh, by the filament, thank you, you can understand me, right? I nod, doing my best to not freak him out. Wow, well, thank you for this. I was worried By the fucking void, there you are. Turning around, I don't have much time to panic as I notice Nose is right behind me. This backfired pretty quickly. I swear, Hey, thanks for your assistance. Huh? Nose notices the scientist waving his monitor in the air before turning to me, an expression of stone. I can do is put a single thumb up and hope he doesn't get too upset. An awkward moment passes before he sighs and says, Yep, anything else, just send in a report. Before turning and heading back towards the elevator. Will do, thank you. Both of you. Jittery with excitement, he nods to us both before heading back inside, calling out to his fellow crew. Looking behind me, I see Nose is once again not interested in waiting for me as I move to catch up. We walk in silence to the elevator and hop in. Not a single word shared between us until we're rocketing halfway up the column. Don't do that again. It's the only warning I get before we arrive on the administrative floor, and we both hop off. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!